first time in India, Hyundai has brought the N-line. So we have the all-new N-line i20 over here. This is the all-new car which has been launched at a starting price of 9.84 lakh. So I've got the keys with me, so we are going to do a very quick walk around video. I'm going to show you what's on the outside as well as what's on the inside. So overall this looks proper sporty, right? It looks like a sporty hot hatch which has got all the elements like, you know, attractive bits, which is very much different from the regular i20. So let's kickstart the video. This is the N-line i20, guys. So before we start the video, I have a humble request. Please subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon so that you will get all the notifications. And please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. So what makes the i20 N-line special? Definitely it's the styling part. When you take a look from the exterior, this car looks like a proper hot hatch, right? Because it has got sporty elements all around. So let me show you that. So from the front we can see that the grille is slightly different. It has got something like a checkered flag design, and here we have an N-line badging. It proudly shows that it's an N-line car, and that feels special. And here we have the sporty front bumper, which is slightly different from that of a normal i20, and also we get red accents over here, so that gives you a proper hot hatch feel. And other than that, we have the LED headlamps, fog lamps and all the bits from the i20, so I'm not going deep dive into that. So when you come to the sides, so here we have the new alloy wheels, and not just that, we get an N-line badging over here as well. We have a sporty 16-inch alloy wheels which looks sporty overall, and there is one more element over here. Let me show you that. The red brake calipers. So something like, you know, taken away from a proper N-line car. We have got red brake calipers to add that feel of an N-line car. So not just that, when you come to the sides, we also have the red accents over here with black stripes as well. You know, overall this you know, adds the feel of that N car. That is what it makes difference. And the N badging at the rear wheels alloys as well. But here something is missing, which is there are no red calipers. The red calipers are only available at the front. So that is the major difference over here. And when it comes to the back, so here, what should I talk about, guys? So here we have a beautiful spoiler, which is like, you know, this is not a dual tone car. We also have a dual tone option, as I mentioned. Dual tone option comes in, like, you know, all the other colors. Even in white we get the dual tone, and we even if it is not a dual tone option, the spoiler will be on the black color. So that is one difference. And here again we have an N-line badging. So the major difference comes on the lower part. We get two mufflers over here, so that means the exhaust note will be slightly different from that of a normal i20 turbo. All right, not just that, just take a look at the rear diffuser, like the rear lower part of the bumper. So here, to add that sporty element, this lower part of the bumper is like, you know, actually coming in black with this sort of design, which makes it quite special. So that is what the exterior styling part about the i20 N-line. And overall Hyundai really knows how to play with the design. I'm not a big fan of the white shade in the N-line, but if you take a look at the blue color, the car looks stunning. Not just the blue, even the gray color, that shade looks stunning on the N-line with all those red accents and all. And even the red one, but I don't prefer red. The blue and gray are my favorite. So what makes the i20 N-line really special is definitely the styling part from the exterior. So let me show you what is different. Here we get an N-line badge. The grille itself is coming in some sort of checkered flag design, and to add that sporty element, The grill comes in black, and here the bumper lower part comes in black. The bumper itself is slightly different from that of the normal i20, and we have the red accents over here, which is really sporty. I really like the styling part of the Hyundai i20 nline, and Hyundai definitely knows how to play with styling. So we get a new alloy wheels which has got a dual tone shade, as you can see, and the specialty here are two things. One is the nline badging on the center cap and the red calipers. So the red calipers overall gives you a sporty feel, right? So the red calipers, new 16-inch alloy wheels with dual tone shade, and the nline badging is what the differences over here when it comes to the wheels part. And all the four wheels get disc brakes, and here also we have got an nline badging. So on the sides as well we have got this beautiful red accents on black inserts, and overall it's definitely a sporty element, right? But there is something missing on the red part when it comes to the wheel calipers of the rear wheels. So these are the rear wheels, and where we don't get red brake calipers. The red brake calipers are only available at both the front wheels. So the rear end of the nline i20, the biggest difference here are the two mufflers here. So the exhaust note will be slightly different from that of a normal i20, and we have got an nline badging over here. The spoiler and this part of the bumper looks extremely sporty, and I like the way the overall styling is done on the nline i20. So let's talk about the mechanical bits of the car. Like, already I mentioned all four wheels get disc brakes, and other than that it's the same 1 liter turbo petrol engine with 120 PS, 172 Nm of torque. And what makes the difference is the braking part. As I mentioned, all four wheels get disc brakes, and the suspension is also slightly tuned to be on a firmer side. So let me show you what's new on the interiors of the i20 nline. So if you take a look at the seats actually got a checkered flag design over here with an N badging also. So the seats are pretty much comfortable, just like the i20, but with red stitching, the seats looks proper sporty. And this is the DCT gear lever, and on the manual part, I mean the IMT has got an all different looking gear lever, which I'll show you right now. So the gear lever, it also gets N badging with red stitching. Overall, this also looks very sporty. Other than that, it has got an all black interiors, which looks very nice. And I mean, the 10.25-inch instrument touchscreen is the same, the instrument cluster is the same, but what is different is the Blue Link application, which has got a voice command as well. So driving the i20 nline. So what makes this car different from a normal i20 turbo? Literally the major difference comes in terms of the styling part. Hyundai really knows how to play with the styling. You see that this car looks amazing from all angles, all the red accents, all the sporty elements, not just on the exterior part, even on the interiors we have so many things, as I mentioned earlier. So compared to the normal i20 turbo, this car gets all four disc brakes, and the front two calipers are painted in red. That actually makes the braking a lot better. The stopping distance is also reduced by around 1.4 meters, and other than that, the car gets the same 1 liter turbo petrol engine, which makes 120 PS of maximum power and 172 Newton meters of torque. So that are the proper power figures over there. And next comes the fuel efficiency. So when you buy a turbo petrol engine, sort of a hot hatch, you expect them to be giving you single digit fuel numbers as compared to the competition, right? But no, here when it comes to Hyundai, the mileage is very important, because this is going to be your daily driver, right? So when it comes to that perspective, same like the i20 turbo for the nline as well, the same power figure, I mean efficiency figures, like Hyundai has promised 20 liters of 20 kilometer per liter mileage on both IMT as well as DCT. So we have two variants, the DCT which I am driving right now, which is the 7-speed DCT. The gearbox is something very smooth, very nice, and we know that the DCT is a great option. And other than that, we also get the paddle shifters for some added feel. When you go out of a corner, if you want the gear to be shift, or else if you want to hold on to a particular gear when you are driving the car, you can do that with the paddle shifters, and that gives you a proper hot hatch feel, if you ask me. So that is another thing. And the engine note, we get two mufflers over the rear, and that makes the engine note a little bit exciting compared to the normal i20. So when you downshift, okay, let me try. So when you downshift, you get to hear that, and also when you rev hard, you seriously can notice a minute difference in the exhaust note as well. So that being a good part. And other than that, the suspension is slightly on the firmer side compared to the i20 normal turbo, because they wanted to give you a even more planted feel, as well as they wanted the suspension to be on a firmer side, because being the nline. But honestly guys, I don't feel that difference when it comes to suspension. Of course, in terms of braking I feel that difference, but in terms of suspension I don't feel that at all. Maybe this being a very short drive, I'm not sure, but overall these are the differences. So actually the 120 PS, 172 Newton meters of torque, and the dual mufflers and the suspension tweak and the brakes are actually good on the i20 nline. The engine redlines at 6,500 rpm. When you use the paddle shifters, you can hold on to that, and wow. So when you compare to the competition, let's do a small comparison. Like, we don't have the Fiat Abarth Punto right now, which was a great car. We don't even have the Baleno RS right now, which again was a pretty good car, and we only have the Polo GT right now. There is one more car which can be compared as a competition, but honestly I'm not even comparing that car. We have already done a review of that car, so we cannot call that car as a hot hatch. So let's do a proper comparison of the Polo GT and the i20 nline. This is just a first impression. So overall I have driven the Polo GT earlier, so it's a great solid performance hot hatch. It's like the performance is a little bit more even exciting, but when it comes to styling, when it comes to that that feel of driving a car, Hyundai knows really, like, how to play with your feelings. Because just look at this car. This car has got so many sporty accents, not just on the exteriors, even on the interiors, as I mentioned. The seats, the everything, the features. When you compare the Polo is like, for the past 10-12 years, it is the same design. There has been no changes in the overall design. There are no features added over to that. Here we have a voice over connectivity, we have the Blue Link application, and even the sunroof can be opened with the option of just a voice command. So all these, like, new age features are being available in the Hyundai, and that's a great option. Because when you buy a car, it's not just for performance, but it is also for the added comfort, the added features, the added tech. So in that way, honestly, Hyundai has brought up a very good option. And being an nline brand, the styling and the heritage and everything speaks up to the nline brand. It's agree that it's not a proper N car, but the styling bits and everything, it makes a little bit different from that of the normal i20 turbo. So that's my take, and we will be doing a proper comparison back-to-back drives with the Polo GT. But honestly, this is my comparison after driving the nline i20. Like, the Polo GT is a solid performance, proper hot hatch. The gearbox is a great one. The acceleration is insane. But here, everything is good. I don't have much complaints. The exhaust note is good, the performance is good, the acceleration is good. Okay, cool. I'm driving at 120 km/h and it feels planted to the road. That is how the i20 is designed, right? Low and wide stance of the car, it gives you a very planted feel when you are driving on triple-digit speeds. So that is what a proper hot hatch is for. So pretty impressed with the i20 nline. So let me keep driving, guys. So let me drive and let me tell you a verdict of the car with the pricing. Woo! So the first drive of the i20 nline is done and dusted, and I'm actually impressed with the way this car looks, right? Because not in the shade of white, but definitely in the shade of blue, and even other shades looks pretty promising. And the elements, the detailed elements, even on the interior part, Hyundai has done a pretty good job. And the price starts at 9.84 lakhs and it goes all the way up to 11.75 lakhs. So, like, compared to the normal i20, if you're looking for the Asta optional and all, there is only a small price difference for the i20 nline. So regarding the pricing part, Hyundai has done it pretty well. And regarding the performance also, from the normal i20 we have a bit of differences, as I mentioned, with the better brakings and all that, and of course with added N elements, the car looks pretty promising. So I believe Hyundai will be able to do well in this segment, because we only have the Polo GT as a competition, and for the past 10 years Polo's shape remains the same. And but still, Polo is a great car to drive. Now it is going to be a battle between the Polo GT and the i20 nline. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon so that you will get all the notifications. And please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much. Bye bye.